Let me look real quick.
Yeah. Totally works. Whatever works for your schedule. It's just nice.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Jen and Courtney are on. Let's see.
Robin, are you still doing the 5 a.m. call?
Yep.
Has Jennifer joined recently? I know I asked last week.
No.
No. I know she said her kitchen is being remodeled and she doesn't have room to work out. So she might just be kind of taking a break.
Yeah, that's all right. I get
Okay.
there five after 5.
Yeah. And watch yourself on the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Take a photo of myself. 5 o'clock club.
I know I bailed on you, didn't I? I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I don't care. No, that's fine. No, but there's somebody who posts in the Let's Get Up group who posts like right after I get done.
Oh.
Is it? Yeah, I might have a coach that might join you because she's like, well, I can never make your time. I said, well, you can get on earlier if you want to get on earlier and just so.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to throw another post into the big group too to make sure everybody knows what the times are. I'll do that tonight.
It's like we need to remind people like quarterly of what our times are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think even monthly, because there's
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
I've added 5 people, I think, to that group this in the last week and a half. So, just people coming in need to know too.
Yeah.
Don't put mine in because mine's gonna change, I think, for summer.
Okay, for summer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I'm gonna be out on vacation next week, and I've only had like one other person with me, so I'll just add it in later.
Yeah, it's pretty much me and Jen at the old 9:15. But we're kind of coming in at 9 usually now, so. Then we talk for a half hour.
That's how it always goes. I know. Like I try to tell people that. I'm like, the first half an hour is just talking.
We talk for an hour sometimes. It's not just a half an hour.
Yeah. It's pretty.
I know this morning I'm like, Beverly, I gotta get my workout done. Otherwise it's not gonna get done. I gotta stop talking.
Well, I'll tell you at 5 o'clock, there's no talking. Like 5 minutes. Good to see you.
It's like, okay, I'm drinking my coffee.
Yeah. Unsociable.
We're all still waking up.
You guys are still sleeping.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
that.
Well,
1,000%. That's like 2 a.m. out here.
Right.
So funny.
So can I ask you guys a question? I was gonna post it, but on Instagram, I'm gonna have a learning moment. I'm gonna have a learning moment with all of you. On Instagram, on the stories, I feel really dumb right now. On the stories, so I forgot about the stories and the people who view your stories. So I was looking at that and I saw that people, excuse my cat.
What is your cat doing?
She's growling.
Kim, your cat and Robin's cats need to like never meet because they're gonna have babies or something. No, they're hilarious.
So I saw that some people
Funny.
viewed my stories, but when I went to click on, I could see that like 4 people, but I couldn't see their faces. And then when I clicked on it, they disappeared. So is it after a period of time, you can't see them? Like
yeah,
today.
for 24 hours, I think you can't see the views.
Okay. All right.
I think you can.
So
go
are you
story
looking though
archive.
in your notification?
No, I was
Look-
looking. No, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could do that.
Well,
I was looking
sometimes
at
it'll.
I was
yeah.
looking at the story itself,
Okay.
and then I could
So-
see like a 2 or 3, and then I
Like-
clicked on it.
Like that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
up above, and then I could see like a 2 or a 3. So I clicked on it, and then the number disappeared. But like today, I saw that people had viewed something from yesterday, and I could see their faces, and then I could click on them, and it showed who they were.
Okay, so because like this is like I click on the bottom of the story where it shows how many people have watched it,
Yeah.
and then it just shows all the people right there, and you can just hit the message from there. It doesn't look
So-
like that.
Yes, it has a little arrow next to it. So when was
Okay.
that from? Was that from today or
This
yesterday?
is from today. Yeah.
Okay. So this was
I
sent
can't
from,
see past what's available in my stories in this section. So I can't see anything old.
okay. So I clicked on something. I looked at archive. That's what it was. I looked at archive
Okay.
stories. So I could see that some people viewed it, but
Yeah, you can't see.
for
who it
older
is.
stories, that goes away, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right.
You kind of got to go in there every day and just
Every
see
day.
who's,
Okay.
who's snooping on you.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
forget to do it all the time.
Yeah.
And your
I mean,
Facebook's the same way.
Yeah, it is. And most of the time people are they'll continue to watch your stories. Like you'll see the same people over and over again. And those are the people that you want to connect with. And yeah, don't beat yourself up about it. I mean, we've got thousands of things to try to keep track of. So, but yeah, it is good though. I'm finding that making connections is so much easier in stories. Like people respond right away, but when you try to respond to people or connect with people on posts, a lot of times they are delayed and like responding back. So it's just
Well,
a different way to connect.
Remember, when you reply to a story, it goes in their messages. But if you reply to a post, it's in the post. And if people don't look at the post and go back and reply, then they never see it. Like sometimes I'll log in and I won't even get to yesterday's stories because I have so many notifications and it only loads so much before it cuts everything off. So unless I actually go back and look at my post, I wouldn't see a comment from somebody sometimes. So the best way is to actually message them through their story, because then it goes into their messages. They can see it in their
It's
messages.
different.
So, and it's easier to keep track of people. Like the lady on the Power Hour today, she was talking about, and I can't remember her name, but she was talking about how, oh my gosh, I've had conversations with all these people and I totally forgot about them. And and then all of a sudden I went to message them and I have a whole conversation from a year ago and I never followed up with them because they just, get dropped through the cracks.
Mhm.
So that's something I'd like to, I know we're not at that point, but I'd like to talk about how you guys keep track of your people, because that's something I always struggle with.
Mhm.
I always struggle.
Barely. That's my answer. Barely.
I was writing people
I'd like
down.
a better system than the one that I have because it's not working.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always find it like people 2, 3, 4, 6 months, 2 years later, I'm like, oh crap. Hi again.
Right.
I mean, you have the people that you're kind of top mind, like they're really interested, and so you kind of remember those people, but then there's other people that said, oh yeah, I might be interested in something in July, and unless you set a reminder or you have something on a calendar where that says contact them in 2 weeks or something, I mean, I'm too busy.
Yeah.
It falls through the cracks. So
That's what I do.
I would say, what
What
system
You
what
just said-
system do you use to keep track of your kids' stuff? Like all of the stuff that you have as a mom?
It's on my calendar. My phone
So,
is
I mean-
constantly going off.
That I would say, like, because obviously, however that works for you is going to be some sort of a system incorporated into that you already have created your habits of checking or whatever. Like I use my calendar for everything. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's like trial and error. You can get our CRM and see if that works, but it's just usually going back to what works best. That's why people usually say paper and pen. They always go back to paper and pens because they're like, it's easy. It's just simple. Again, for me, that doesn't work because I'm like, where did that notebook go? So like,
Yeah.
it's
I know. I've
There's
lost
some
my
science
notebook that
behind
I
that,
write people
too.
down in.
Yeah, paper and pen doesn't work. And I know there is the new tracker in the back office where you can put names and do that. And I'm sure if I could get a rhythm down and a system down of doing that on a regular basis, then I could go back and look
Yeah.
at it super easy. I just haven't taken the time to learn how to do that.
I find it overwhelming. And so I only write down who actually replies to me. Like who's actually, I don't like track people that I want to reply to me or that I think would be good. I track the people who I'm having conversations with by month. And then I go back through those each
Yeah.
month to follow up and then see where things are at.
And when I'm really like on top of it, I have a whiteboard right here that has, and this has been the most helpful thing because I sit here every day. I mean, I know Lily, you were out in the art, you guys are traveling a lot, but for me, it's like right here in my face. I could just look over. It's like who I'm helping, who needs my help, and that's the people that I'm following up with. And then like who are my new challengers, and then I'll write down like I've got a 645 group, like people who said they're interested, and it's just right there, smack dab in my face. I don't know. It's hard though. It's just trying to figure out your own system.
Yes, it is.
I actually get a planner, like a cheaper planner that has enough space for every single day. And the people that I actually am inviting, like not like they've actually had to like comment on one of my posts or interact with one of my posts or something. If I'm inviting them and messaging them that way, I put them on that day. And then anytime I follow up, they go on whatever day that is. And if I ever send them anything where I've said, I'm going to follow up with you here, I move to that day, write them down on that day. And I also use my phone calendar as a reminder too. I used to use Streak, Google Streak. But then I got out of moving everybody to email. So that really wasn't convenient for me to keep putting notes into Google Streak and putting people in there when they weren't receiving emails from me. And I was, saying I'm talking to them on Facebook or I'm talking to them on Instagram. That was just way too much. So, and the beauty with the planner is that I can literally go back, like when they're saying, who haven't you followed up with? I can literally go back into my calendar and go, well, let's see who I haven't, because I can see like people's names who keep popping up because these people keep, reacting on my stories or in my posts and things like that. And then I can also see the days that I'm not doing my work. And I can see how that reflects in my Success Club points too. Like, oh, I really wasn't good with messaging people. Because that usually shows up like a month out.
Mhm.
So anyway, that's what I do.
It's great. It's all great.
I just have to find a system that works for me, I guess.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really is. And I would say that for everybody, like find the system that works for you. And if find that 2 months later it's not working, switch it up. I just started a new to-do list in Smart Sheets today because I'm like, this is going to be the thing that works for me for my full-time job. And I'm like, Jessica, just stop. It's fun though. All right. Okay. So I don't know, Lily, who wants to chat? Jen's eating, which is great. So, okay, I'll just kick it off here. So we've just been talking, getting some feedback from some newer coaches and some of the coaches. And I think we all are needing some more structure for these team calls that we're having every week. Just getting a little bit more format down. I think like Lily, your question about, we want to talk like, what is everybody using? I mean, I think already some people walked away with some tips of like, oh, I can try to implement this. So we're trying to create some structure around our calls so that we can have takeaways every night. Because we're not just a part of a community. We're also helping each other grow and learn. And not that we don't do those things, but we're just trying to put a little bit more structure to it and behind it. And so we're thinking about doing pushing up the format a little bit of these. Again, the link's going to stay the same. We're not going to change the time, but we are going to be incorporating a couple of things like having a topic every week so that someone can sign up as a leader. And if you want to lead on a topic, or maybe you've done something that you knocked out of the park, like talking about reels, or, again, Robin, your question was great about stories. Like, let's come in here and we can share these ideas. Or if someone went to a training or, learn something that they really want to bring back to this team and share. And like, these are some really great ideas that I got from this. then we can do that here in this space. And that gives people the opportunity to lead, to speak on a call, because eventually one day you all are going to have huge teams that you're going to have to lead calls, or you're going to bring them into these calls. And so it really does give people that opportunity to speak and learn and grow. And we still have the accountability here. We're all here every Monday. We've been here for what, 17 months or something. I'm making that up. I'm not very good with math. But anyway, we've all been here for a long time. So we can work to hold each other accountable if that's something that you need. But there's a couple of things that we're just thinking that we wanted to incorporate. So I wanted to just pause really quickly, get people's feedback on that, what people are thinking about rotating topics. Do you think that will be helpful? Just share any ideas that you have around that. Deanna loves it. Great.
I came online just to share a couple of thoughts too. I think that having an agenda every week with like standard items is a good idea. Because I think as a team, we've collectively done really well with our challenge groups and with discussing like what's up and coming. So there'll always be a like what's up and coming section, like how are the challenge groups currently doing? Are we falling behind on challenger of the week or coach of the week? Like those ideas with challenge groups and workout programs coming up. So that's kind of like always a standard, like a given item. But we were also feeling like maybe less of the, in the beginning, how we always start out with, let's discuss wins and whatnot, maybe back off that a little bit as far as not spending so much time on it. And maybe just, saying, okay, let's throw those in the chat. Like we can use the chat the whole entire meeting. So if you want to put your wins and your, successes and stuff in there, we can all recognize them still. I think recognition is a vital behavior, and we still need to kind of recognize how everybody's doing and give kudos. But we also, can do that on the team page too. We talked about, how every month at the beginning of the month, I think Deanna throws up a slide that says like, okay, we're starting a new month. Here's the little emojis. And it's really based on Success Club and like shopping carts and adding team members and stuff like that. But we can also say, in addition, start anytime you have a win, a success, a personal win, you've heard from a customer that's really pumped, or you've heard from a coach, anything that we would normally talk here, just type it out there, because I feel like it's also very valuable for everybody on that team page who might not yet be coming to these calls to also see those kind of wins as well. So since we're going to have that there, we don't need to spend so much time on it here. Instead, like Jess says, we pick a top hot topic of the week, something someone can talk about or share about, and then we can all contribute. Yeah, non-Success Club wins, exactly. So the topics, can be anything, and you don't have to, like be an expert, but maybe you could share a tip you've learned, or we can all collectively add feedback on this topic. It doesn't necessarily have to be like one particular speaker per week. And the last thing that we talked about was that a coach of the month might be a little too long for people to be responsible for, because we're all very, very busy, and it's, you have to just, not that these calls take a lot of thought or anything, but it's just, we might want to break it down a little bit smaller, like either just do a weekly coach lead or 2 weeks at a time. And then when we have the topics, we can fill in people's names. So even if you're not leading the call per se, you might want to be the speaker of that topic for the night. And we kind of talked about that with Melanie offline. Maybe one night she just wants to share. She doesn't want to necessarily lead the call, but she wants to share about something that she's getting really good traction on, like the reels. She's just so good at them, So those are kind of my thoughts that we were talking about. I think it's going to provide a lot more value for like newer coaches or coaches still learning. And then also when we bring on newer coaches to these calls, because we want to keep encouraging people to attend, then it will have like great topics for everybody, and it'll be a little bit more structured versus just chit chat. You know what I mean?
I'm taking notes. Sorry. Just for the made for more page. Sorry. Go ahead, Lily.
I love the idea of learning something new every week. I feel comfortable making a reel, but mine do not look like Melanie's, and I would love to learn what she's doing and how she does it. I would, thanks to Beverly for sharing today about how she keeps track of, customers and leads and all that stuff. I mean, I think that anytime we can learn from each other, it's beneficial, and you get so much more out of a team call, and you just go away from, the morning Monday calls feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited and pumped for the week. And I want these calls to be the same type of feeling for all of us, that we learned something and we got something out of it, and we can implement that the next week or the week after, or and so I know there's more I can learn for sure, and I'm always excited to see you guys and to hear what you guys have to say, and you guys are always very knowledgeable as well, so I know we can all share in sharing what we know.
Yeah, I second that.
And, I know we've threw out this idea a long time ago, is if you have somebody who you see as like killing it as a coach that might not be in our little circle, invite them to come. Like, again, if they're super nervous and they're like, no, I'm just not ready for that, that's totally cool too. But they might be like, yes, I would love to come talk on this topic. Or, if you're talking with someone in your messages, hello, George. Sorry, I totally saw him sneak by. It was like Sasquatch. But if, not that he's hairy, don't tell, hey, I didn't mean like that. Anyway, but if there's somebody that that really has that's killing it, again, like I invited Cindy. I was like, she's hit elite a couple times. I'm like, we need to hear from you. Like, what are you doing? And so she came and talked with us, and Kim had Heather Muka come on and talk with us. Like, just really, really good ideas. Just to make it more fun. So not that it's not fun either.
So with that said, though, we need people to tell us things they're struggling with, and topics and things you're interested in learning about. And if not, we can definitely fill in the gaps. I mean, there's always gonna, like I said, there's always going to be the discussion about like upcoming launches. Those are always a big topic, or like summits coming. We're going to have a lot to discuss with Summit, how to get the most out of Summit, what to do after Summit. Those are always such overwhelming meetings. And if you've ever been to one live, sometimes you can come back and like be frozen, like, oh my gosh, what do I do with all this stuff now? And you learn so many things. And especially if they have sessions going on, sometimes you can't attend all of them. So we can share from sessions. And I mean, there's so much we can always talk about, but I feel like we just, we need to have like that set moment for like a topic. So I think Lily asked it while she posted the team call tonight, but we should make an additional thread for it and just say, as we reviewed in tonight's call, we're going to start doing like topic of the week. And so we want to know what do you struggle with most? What do you need to know about? What do you, and we can help each other even if nobody's an expert in that topic. We can research it and try to provide a couple of tips. It doesn't have to be much, but I feel like even just a few tips per week will be helpful to everybody.
And also we will have like a graphic. I think Jenny mentioned this earlier, that we'll have a graphic we'll use every week that has the main points of the agenda. And also, when we have the recordings, the great things about having a topic is when we have the recordings, we can put those on YouTube, so that if you do have new coaches coming in, we can be like, this is the topic about reels and how to do reels on Instagram. So we actually have something for people to refer to. Because if someone was like, what was that video where we talked about this? We'd be like, I'm going to say it was one where our faces looked really good, in the thumbnail. I don't know. Like, what do you do? So we're, again, it's just about creating structure and like more of a system so that we can be really good coaches and not have to be like, wait, where is that? You know, again, it's just about being organized and just sharing things. So sorry, it's been a long day. Oh.
And I would say that there is no topic that is a dumb topic, so don't be afraid to ask. Just because you know, may feel uncomfortable asking. I mean, I'm not an expert. I know, you know, I would assume that everybody else kind of feels the same way. So don't be afraid to ask for help with whatever topic you want. So we can all learn something.
Yes.
And one other thing we were thinking about too, like say for example, the topic is something very simple, like we don't have a lot of ideas and we don't have, you know, we just want to talk about something simple like social media content. I mean, that's not really simple because that's really all we do, right? I mean, let's be honest, we could go on and on about that all day long, about how it's best to come up with content, you know, how to create content in advance. What do you know, anyways, maybe it's even something simpler like what are your recent personal development? Let's talk personal development. How are you fitting that in? When do you do your personal development? All those kind of little tips and tricks, because I feel like we can get away from personal development. If it doesn't take that much time, we don't have to sit on the call till, you know, 9 o'clock. They could be 45-minute calls, or at the end, we talked about like maybe doing a little mini power hour or like a little 5-minute invite session or a 10-minute, let's go add more people on social media session. You know, like we can do something like that where it's productive to fill the hour and just, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought about like a couple of different things like that too.
Yeah, and I think too, sometimes we don't, sorry, I was like, somebody dropped off. I think sometimes we don't realize our strengths. And so, you know, it might be that we're like, hey, you know, Melanie, we've been calling out Melanie, you do really great with your reels. So I think it's really important for you to get on and share about that. Again, you know, because sometimes I think we just don't recognize our strengths. And I think it's important to pull those out.
Or maybe it's just something where you're like, well, I do that every day. Like, that's not very, you know, what's so special about that? But, you know, again, if it's not something you're doing, you don't feel comfortable doing it every day, you could use some help in it. I mean, at least I could use some help in it. I mean, it's again, I think you can always learn something, and it's beneficial to that. Like last week when we were talking about the scripts that people use in the different companies, I thought that was super beneficial because I didn't realize there was as many as you posted, Jess. I mean, I had no idea there was that many companies that wrote daily post scripts and the difference in them. And so I thought that topic was really beneficial to anybody that is building a business and can't come up with or doesn't want to come up with daily posts every single time for, you know, years and years.
Yeah. Yes.
In the beginning, I remember sometimes topics would be, excuse me, as simple as how do you work a full-time job and fit in running this business? Like, what's your best tips for that? And like, where do you put your time in if you don't have a lot of time? Like, you know, just focusing, doing the important things, doing the vital behaviors, at least, you know, things like that. Those, you know, like sometimes topics like that, just having a discussion on how you set up your schedule for the business so that you do have a schedule for the business. And what days do you plan on working the business? Is it every day? Is it weekends? Is it, you know?
You know, and something like Beverly, we're Success Club partners. So we get on every morning at 7:30 for half an hour. Well, actually, it's like 25 minutes because I have to leave to go get Mason. But we get on every week and we're like, all right, what are your goals this week? Okay, how are you going to make it happen? So, maybe it's a little bit of that too that we throw in here is like that accountability piece. And not everybody has to have a goal that week. If you're like, I am so swamped at work, I can't even think about another thing. That's cool. Like, don't worry about it. You can just sit and be a fly on the wall, but just know that there will be an opportunity when you're ready to have that accountability and have that partnership, because that's what we're all here for, is to help each other move forward. So
I think all this sounds awesome, right? So what's our next step? Do we just start with it, or maybe we put a post up to get topic ideas? Or are we polling people? Like, there's how many are in this group now? Like 70 something? So what do you guys want to do to like move forward?
And can we have a tab in our Made for More coach group, where if we come up with a topic, we can put it in there for future, like a rolling.
Yeah, we should be able to put like a Google Doc in the file section, right? Then anybody could access it, kind of a thing, and add to it.
Yeah,
I think you should throw a post up, because I think that the people that aren't on here might have some great ideas of things that they would like to work on or know more about, or what to do, what to focus on for them that might help them.
And we could go in and tag our coaches in that post and make sure that the people, see it.
all right.
You might
Maybe
get more engagement that way, and feedback.
maybe it should be like a monthly thing. Like to put up something, maybe not
yeah.
necessarily exactly the same day, because I feel like if it's exactly the same day, it'll get looked over, like, because it's that post again. But yeah, so maybe just bringing it up if anybody has anything to add. The other thing I was wondering is if none of us were necessarily an expert, and none of us were able to bring on somebody an expert on a topic, there are just so many leaders who've recorded amazing team calls, and maybe if we find something that fits within our window on a call, we could all get on a call and just and watch it together, and then give each other feedback afterwards. I don't know if.
Yeah, I think that's great. And I think, like, say after this call tonight, if we had something that we talked about and maybe we didn't feel like we had the most information or didn't quite solve it, I think we can go in and then post it, right? And then put some resources under that post to further the information, because there is so much out there on YouTube and, other places. And yeah. And then whoever's interested in that thing could, go in and watch it, and you could search it in the group.
Yeah. I'm just taking notes. I think these are great ideas. I'm putting it in a post and Made for More.
It's a great idea, because sometimes, like, forcing myself to sit and watch one of those videos, yeah, we have time to do it other times, but if it's a particular topic and we're forced to all sit here and like do the work. I used to do that with some trainings. I would partner with another coach and we'd be like, we're going to get this training done. Okay, every week we're going to watch video 1 through blah, blah, blah. And we would do it together. But sometimes it's the only way to get it done, Yeah. That's good.
Okay, so I have a question. This is really stupid, but I know Kim, I think we lost Kim. She was on here, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. And I checked on Courtney too, and she said it was dinner time and her headphones died. So we lost Kim, but I know Kim was talking about t-shirts. I'm like, I feel like we need like a name. I don't want to be called Made for More, because is super cringy now. But so I'm like, I feel like, again, it's not anything that we would ever, or no, I wouldn't say that. We need a name. I think we need.
Maybe it's time for rebranding.
Well, and maybe
rebranding, right? From Made for More, because we kind of want to move on from that.
Yeah, I agree. I know
Because
it's
of all
super
that stuff
cheesy,
that
but
happened. Sorry, Deanna, go ahead.
Oh, that's all right. I was just saying maybe it's like a mantra for the group
Yes.
versus a name even. You know what I mean? Just kind of like I actually sent Kim a picture today of Beverly's shirt because I'm like, I want this. I love that Stronger Together with the female symbol. I'm like, heck yeah, I need one of those, Kim.
That was Old Navy. I
It
can't
was?
believe you missed
How did
it.
I miss it?
I know,
I
right?
here.
Love that store.
well, that's a great name, Stronger Together.
But you know, there's all like in I think Lily and I were on with Kim because we got shirts.
Oh.
Yes, it's the best, isn't it?
That
It's
is super
simple, but
cute.
it says it all. And Lily and I were talking, I think we had Suck It Up Buttercup and Stronger Than Yesterday, and there was one more on there. Can't
I
remember.
don't remember the other one because
Oh, Energized Dumbbells and Peanut Butter.
oh yeah.
And, you know, so we've been trying to come up with stuff because we had gotten the Pretty Powerful tanks
Yeah.
made last time, and they're fantastic. I love them. I love them so much.
Yeah.
And I love it was so fun to send it to my coaches and just and I would love it like, so yeah. So let's think of I think a mantra,
Yeah,
you know, something
like that.
really like gets
Yeah.
us excited.
Okay, I'll put up a post.
Well, I know Kim was excited to do something as well. So
Yeah, she said she lost connection, just so you guys know.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I messaged her.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So
I think
no,
all of these ideas, you guys, just so you know, I mean, sometimes I feel like I just sit here and absorb all the information you guys give, but I think it's a great idea. I love the idea of having structure and having a topic, because then whoever's going to do the topic can research it a little bit. And then everybody else can research it as well. So that way we can all contribute to it. So I think it's great that you guys, put this together and came up with the ideas.
thanks, Sue. You're so sweet. Okay, I do have like another business thingy to talk about. So I know I've said I'm getting a 6:45 launch, which I am. I think the one I'm going to get doesn't open till Wednesday, the 16th. So anyway, so I was talking with Beverly a little bit, and so another coach, what this person does is when they have a launch, they just reuse the same launch that they had from before. So essentially what this would be is we take the Let's Get Up launch and we just change the content, leave all the posts there, leave all the people in there, because how many people do you have that come through a launch and they never actually buy anything? So the thought is, again, to transition it to 6:45 and just put all the posts in there. You can add in more people. You can also let your people know that they can drop out if they want to. But I just wanted to pick your guys' brain and see what you thought about that.
I think that's great because then you already have captured some people.
The other thing, if anybody knows, or if anybody wants to take the time to research and then figure out how to do it, but the other thing that this particular, it's a top coach that does this. It's been in it like a grandma coach, like way up there for years. And what she does is she actually gets the promo workout, like the promo sample workout or whatever, and rips it somehow so that she can upload the video, like not a link, but the actual video into the group so that the people actually stay in the group on the page when they do the workout. They don't get sent to another site, and Facebook loves that. And then it also keeps them in the group. So, yeah. I remembered that now. I forgot about it.
is it an embedded post? Is that how she does that? I don't know how to do that.
She gets the video. I don't know what I know like back in the day you could rip DVDs, it's probably something like a software that you can download or something that you can actually just probably screen record of some sort, but I don't think it's through Zoom. But I guess, I suppose you could possibly do it through Zoom. You could record a Zoom call.
Screen share, record a Zoom call, and then edit it.
Yeah.
and put it into, and just put it in that way, because you wind up saving these as like a movie, right? Or whatever they're called, Jess, you know.
MP3s. Yeah, MP3s or MP4s or, uh-huh.
When you get the link from Zoom, when you're done recording, it says when it's done processing, it comes out as an MP3, right?
MP3 or an MP4. I'm not 100% sure, but one of those.
Yeah, so then you can just edit that.
You know what? You're making me think. Okay. Oh, Melanie, go ahead, Melanie.
I was just saying it's MP4.
Oh, four. Okay. Okay, so this is terrible and you can hate me, I don't care. So I learned how to rip all kinds of music from YouTube and download them on an SD card. It's basically a YouTube converter. So I'm wondering if it's on YouTube, I can rip it and save it. That's all I do. That's okay. So never mind. I know how to do that. It's bootlegging. It's piracy. You're not supposed to do that. But you know what? I have P90X DVDs that someone wrote on with a Sharpie. I have no shame. Okay. I still bought the program. So anyway, I think I can do that.
It's a free sample to everybody though. So it's not like you're sharing something that you shouldn't be sharing.
Exactly.
Well, this is true.
It looks like on here, I just Googled it. So it looks like if you can save the file to your computer, then you can do it, right? So I think we just need to figure out how to save the video to a computer. And I don't know if you have to re-record it or if there's different formats that allow you, like in the coach office, it might, well, it's on Vimeo there too, isn't it?
Why don't we just play around with it before we have samples of other things. Why don't we just tomorrow try it with Zoom and screen share and just see like what we can do with it?
Yeah.
And what's the point again of keeping them in the group to do a sample workout? I mean, I understand if they have to click somewhere else. Sometimes people just won't do it because it's something else to do. But like it's not going to be tied to our link for an order. So is it to organize it and have everyone do the sample workout together from the group, or just point them there when you want to share the sample with them?
Well, so they can do the video and they can literally comment below the video on the video, and they can share their experiences right there. Whereas you can't do that in other ways.
Yeah, I see that's a big advantage. Yeah. Okay.
Well, and I would imagine.
I'm just wondering, like it sounds like it might be a lot of trouble, but I don't know if it would be worth it. But if these other people are doing that, then it sounds like it is. Yeah.
And to your point, Beverly, the fact that somebody sits on Facebook for half an hour in your group has got to be worth something in terms of algorithms. I would imagine. I don't know, but
yeah, right.
But I do agree that if you're watching it in Facebook and you can comment underneath it and you don't have to sign into some weird Vimeo account, which you may or may not have. And other people are going to read those comments and maybe, oh yeah, that move was super hard for me, or that was such a fun move or something. It creates engagement.
Yeah, it boosts the energy of the group. Whereas,
you can tag people in that comment. You could tag people in that comment who aren't doing it or watching it at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, ideally, it really boosts the engagement within the group, and then it shows up more for everybody that's there. So even the people that were in a previous launch, so the people that were in there for Let's Get Up, they will start seeing more. Even they might not see stuff that much when it first starts to come up, but if there's something that a lot of people are engaging on, Facebook may be more likely to put that up in front of them so that they have the chance to engage on it. And you don't actually have to go and talk to those people. They are coming to it on their own findings.
So are you saying that we would reuse the Let's Get Up launch and just repurpose that and change the banner and all the people that are in there, which are customers that might want to buy 645, are already your audience anyways? Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, I mean, I think the idea would be to put up a post like this week saying, just giving everyone a heads up that's in here, I hope you had fun, or you already got your Let's Get Up program and you're loving it. Just know that we will be transitioning this over to our new program launch, which is 6:45. You're more than welcome to stay here, or you can go ahead and drop out. If you have questions, you can reach out to your coach who invited you.
And don't forget to submit your results for your free t-shirt.
Yes. Good idea. So let's talk 6:45. Because it is coming up and I keep hearing from people, launch now. So who has already put a post up or put stuff in their stories? Has anybody done that yet?
I kind of did.
Yes, cool. I just did like 7 minutes before we got on this call. So, but it was, don't forget, you can share videos from like 6:45's Instagram page. You can put those in your story if that's your kind of style and you like being that direct. That's what I did earlier and just said, like, I'm getting ready to start this program. It's just something to think about. So just different ways to share things. But yeah, I think Deanna just put in the chat, we need to do a Zoom sample workout. So the sample workout comes out on the 28th, which is a Monday. So I definitely think we should probably do a couple like blasts that week, because I don't know about you guys, but that is 4th of July weekend. That's right after that. And I imagine a lot of people, we can still do a Saturday workout. Obviously, I'm sure we're all still going to be working out, but we might not have as much traction as we would if we do sprinkle a couple in. And maybe even do 2 Saturdays. I don't know. What are you guys thinking for sample workouts? Do a couple Saturdays.
Works for me.
Okay.
And maybe even, I don't know how many people jump on for a Monday if we did it in our normal Zoom session or during the week sometime, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many people take breaks on the weekends in the real world.
Right. Right. Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely something to think about. I could even do an extra, like a noon hour one.
Well, I could do it at the 9:15 at the 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So that would be
You can always sprinkle.
11 your time and noon on the East Coast. And we could do that during the week. Like I could do it on a rest day or just any of the days really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I'll be doing the sample on the day it launches, so because I'm excited for the program. So I won't wait, but I'll definitely do it on the weekend with everybody else as well. So
Yeah.
So I like doing the sample because it creates FOMO and people get interested in it. And so that's why I will do it over and over again, and that's why I started the prep today, just to start talking about Umwala and his training style. And I'm super bummed that they're not going to have an explicit version, but that's okay.
Right?
So
I'll just have to make the explicit version myself.
Yeah.
I know, I was super sad.
But yeah, I mean, the more times that you can do the sample workout and show some of the moves and show his training style and get that out there to your groups and to your stories and to people watching, I mean, the more people will be interested. I mean, so.
Yeah, and sorry, go ahead, keep going.
I'm good.
And since Jess, you shared that video of Mwala, I was able to, so 2 days a week I'm doing I'm working with him, and I'm using, that to promote, and I'm able to correlate some of the things that I'm doing in there and bring in like some of the things that he mentioned of what this new program is going to be like and why I'm excited for it. And how it's going to help me.
Yeah, that's
so
great.
And I'll keep saying the same things over and over and over again too, each week. But since I am only doing it 2 days a week. But it still is giving people, it's introducing it to them on a weekly basis.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you haven't watched that video, I definitely encourage you to. It's so informative. Just even hearing the way just different trainers, like I put there in my takeaways how Mwala drinks his Shakeology before he goes to bed so he can poop in the morning. So I'm like, okay, that is hilarious and like just super real life shit. So it's just funny. It's just cool. And then, you get to hear about the intermittent fasting, but yeah, I feel really bad that I didn't get to share that with you guys. Like I said, I was on my phone, I was getting my nails done. It was just like weird timing. But anyway, yeah, share about it. Be like, I was on a call with Amala last week, the trainer of this this program. I mean, I was on the call with him. I could have commented, he could have commented on it. So you just kind of create that excitement around being able to actually connect with trainers, because we have this body live coming soon, which Lily, we get to scream and shout your name while you're on there. That's so freaking exciting. But that's going to get people excited. I mean, it's such a big deal. Like, people want to be recognized, and this is a really cool way for them to get in there and get recognized. There's some people who don't. I know a lot of people who are like, I don't like group workouts. I don't want to be seen. I want to do it by myself. That's cool too. And that's the great thing. You get to do both. So.
But the big thing with Peloton is, I have a couple friends that won't touch Beachbody with a 10-foot pole, but they love their Peloton bike and they love it because they get shouted out. That's the only reason why. They have a gym membership on top of the Peloton and on top of all the crap. And yet they love when they get shouted out, and they talk about it, in our group chat, in our friend group chat and stuff. And it's obviously is a big deal.
It is a big deal. It is such a big deal. I had someone shout out my name and I was like, oh, I'm not going to care. And I was like, oh my God, he said my name. It was so cool. I think Carol was on the call and I was like, oh my God, you guys, he said my name. I'm not usually like that either, or am I? I don't know, but it is really cool. And I think it's just a great move for Beachbody. It's a great move. And I love the way, I think Beverly shared this one day, with Peloton, it is a great community. It's a great community, but how selfish of a company to not share the love with all of their people, because those people don't earn a dime from that $3,000 bike. And that's crap. That's the thing with Carl Deichler. It's very different. He's sharing the love, spreading the love, and I think it's amazing. Yes. Speaking of the Beachbody, I'm thinking, okay, I'm talking stocks for a second because I keep getting a message saying that I need to agree to something with the transition. Did anybody else get this?
If you had stock before May 6th, you can vote on the stockholders' letter or information to agree to the merger. So you just go in and you can read the entire document that's 700 pages. I looked at it to look at the incentives they offered because I was hoping it would talk about coach incentives, but it was actually just employee incentives. So yeah, no, it's just to vote.
Okay.
So vote.
Yeah.
Agree.
Well, I just kept getting this email. I'm like, I don't know these words. I don't know these big words. I'm like, Mark is unread. I'll look at it later. I'm just like, this is just not my area of expertise. So
it happens you have until the 23rd, and then the merger happens on the 24th.
All right, cool. Well, I'll just enjoy my 40 cents that I've earned so far, and it'll be great. So. Oh, good stuff. All right, what does everybody else have? Anybody else have questions? Anybody else have launch questions with 645?
I was just going to say that I have been invited to, I just went and looked because I figured my grand upline would have something for an Amwala call, and they do tomorrow at 10 to 10:45 Central Time. So, but I was trying to post it in here and I can't copy the whole thing. So I can copy, it's not a lot. It's like literally only allowing me to copy like the entire thing. It's not just allowing me to copy the link, and I can't copy the link from my computer into here. So where would you like me to copy it and put it? So that y'all can join.
How long is it?
What do you mean?
Is it like you have to copy the whole post that they made? Like all the text from the post?
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and see if I can edit it.
Notes section and then edit it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I was just like, I'm going to do this. But I can't.
The Zoom chat is only so long though. It'll cut you off.
Yeah, that's why I had to.
And if they posted the number with the password, we could just use that too.
Yeah.
It's from Beachbody. It's one of the Beachbody ones.
Mhm.
So, give me a second. I'm working on it. I'll get it up in just a second.
That's great. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Does anybody else have questions about the format changes or other ideas or things that we should be thinking about? Okay. Okay. So side note, I've been in this Norwex party. You guys know what Norwex is, like the cleaning product stuff. I don't have anything and I'm gonna buy stuff because I'm excited. But I'm gonna tell you, like, I was really excited to participate in this group. I am not a group person. I just don't have time for that. And it was like Scrabble and like you win tickets. I can't even imagine like the logistics of trying to keep track of everything, but I'm just saying it gave me some ideas for posting. Yeah, I'll just stop there, but it was just kind of interesting. So always look at things through the lens of how can you incorporate this as a coach? Like, how can you change this? Or, you know, those other things that people are posting or other companies, like, oh, that's a really great idea. So it's kind of cool to think about it in different ways. And I'm excited about the Windex cloths, so that's cool too. Oh, you got it to work.
You
Yay.
don't use the Windex with it.
Right.
You don't use Windex with them. Don't you dare use products with your Norwex cloths.
Okay, what do I wash them?
I've
though?
been
Like
there.
laundry soap? How do I clean them?
Well, they sell laundry soap. That's
Oh.
more. But you can use just anything that's like the all free or the you know
Okay.
free and clear or whatever.
Good to know. Cool, thanks.
Don't use, yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for sharing that, Beverly. That's awesome. That's really exciting. And do you think it'd be a lot of people online for that call? I'm just wondering, 10:45.
I don't know. It's from, I'm sorry, it's from 10 to 10:45 Central Standard Time, AM,
Yeah.
not PM. Yeah, Maul is a night owl. Who knew? No.
10 a.m. Central.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
10 to 10:45.
8,
Okay.
8 Pacific, 11
Yeah.
Eastern.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. I have a meeting too. I know. I wasn't even gonna look. I'm like, I know I have a meeting in the morning, so it's fine. But yeah, I mean, definitely there's more takeaways from that and thinking about the launch plans. Like I said, I'm going to get the launch plans. I will share them. I think Lily and Kim signed up to help with posts, so I'll share them with you once I get the launch plan document that I purchase. And I'll talk with Kim about transitioning the page over too, because I don't want to, I don't want to talk with her before we do that.
Well, that means that I can just take the Let's Get Up bod group and change that over as well to 645.
Yeah.
So I can just transition that over as well instead of making a new one because there's a bunch of people in there already. So.
Yeah, and I will, I'll post in the 2021 day at a time and share it in there. Make a note so I don't forget.
Do we need to do a post or do we all just kind of need to think of some new names?
I think we should do a post so we can vote on it. I think it'll be fun.
Okay.
Wait, are you talking about for our team or for the 645 launch?
Team.
Sorry.
Team.
Okay. I was like, oh, that could have been something else.
No, for the team name. Someday we're going to get together in person.
Oh, speaking of that. Okay, so Cindy, I totally I definitely invited myself to her team retreat that she's doing in Nashville. Again, you guys know, like, it's super hard for me to get away from my family, but she was like, no, seriously, if you happen to be in Nashville on these dates, you're more than welcome to come party with us. And I think it's over Summit, July 14th or the 17th, I think is the dates. I'm just throwing that out there. She's super cool. You guys, if you are wanting something like that, she is definitely having a party in Nashville. So
Yeah, but I want to hang out with all you guys.
I know.
I still say you guys should come here and go to Herman. I seriously, I'm still floored that you can literally take the train from Lambert out to Herman Wineries. I'm like, I never knew that.
And you can take it from Kansas City too, because a lot of people do that.
To the
They go
Herman
from Kansas
Wineries?
City over there. Mhm, yep,
Wow.
mhm.
It's crazy.
Well,
Yep,
yeah.
Oktoberfest, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
all go. It's like a big thing to go in October. Yeah.
Yeah, Herman's a really big deal. So yeah, but
It's
that's
so weird, but yeah, it is.
Mhm. Yeah, it's really pretty. I will say that. Really is. Especially in the fall.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool. We'll definitely keep thinking about it. And don't let me hold anybody back. I just baby steps with the husband, you know. I need to get him on like his own trip and then it'll be fine. Like, oh, we're golden.
Does he have any guy friends?
Oh yeah, he has a lot of friends. But now he's like,
Well,
oh,
there you go.
oh no, like he's like, but I'd rather spend time with you. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. Like, how do I say no to that? It's fine. Let me stop recording.